Hey y'all, it's Vicky. Welcome to another video. This is Friday, July 24th, 2026, and it is 7:59 a.m. and I believe it says it's 64 degrees. Yes, it's cooled off. But I know it's not the end of, I know we're not going in the fall, trust me. But it is almost like that change that you get in late August. All I know. Sorry. So it's still misting rain. And I know that we're kind of under a flood watch or whatever, but I think more of it is east of us. So anyway, that's my thought, is that it's east of us. The worst of it. And I hope they're not flooding, but I do think the heavier rain is east of us. But that doesn't mean we won't get any. I think this is stuck still over the weekend. And I'm not complaining at all. Trust me. I'm not. I love it. Love it. All right. I don't really have a lot to say this morning. I'm going to try to put some notes up, some things that I want to talk about, and maybe I can film them over the weekend, either in the car or even I'll do it at home. And the main thing is I've been trying to get ready for my new cat, Kylie, to give her free reign of the house, of the upstairs, not the downstairs, but of the upstairs. And, go from there. I can tell she's getting a little bored. She keeps trying to get behind the TV, jump up and get behind the TV. And I don't know why cats like to do that. I think it's attention grabbing because they think you're watching TV, which I've noticed she watches TV, depending on what's on. She watches. I think that when I was watching wrestling the other night, she was watching. So it's going to be interesting to see what she does when I watch the race. Because I know some cats like to watch the cars. And some dogs. And y'all probably don't want to hear all that. It probably bores you. I haven't done a lot of filming of her. I've, taken some pictures and I've tried to put them up here, at the end of the video. But didn't take any last night. And had somebody come and do some work around the house. So I had to kind of, watch over that. So anyway. What am I watching on YouTube? Well, I watched German in Venice. He was walking around, Los Angeles like he does. And evidently there was some kind of warehouse that burned a few weeks ago that had food in it. And now in that area, there's a foul odor and flies everywhere. So, and also he was filming a building, and it was interesting how the guy, I don't know if he was security or what he was, but he came out there and told him to stop filming, to get a job and stop filming. And I'm like, why doesn't that happen to that guy down in Florida? German in Venice seems like a sweet man. I hate that it happened to him. And he wasn't filming nothing but the building. But I would just love it if somebody would say that to Tim.
What you doing, man? Huh? What you doing, bro?
I'm filming.
Don't film me. This is the billionaire's property. You're not smart. Go about your business.
The video below that it's in. And what else? I admit I've gone down the Ouachita mountain, living man, whatever it is. I have gone down that road because if you watch one of some of these creators, YouTube's going to keep playing it if you don't pick something else. And it's kind of done that with him. Now, he evidently thinks you can't talk about him. And I'm not here to judge him. But he had one video, he's talking about, are you a Prick? And I'm just going to put it out there. I'm like, I'm not, but I'm looking at one. And no matter what you think about him, just his attitude about certain things, I can just see him being one. But that's my opinion. Then let's see what else. You know, I'm not going to get into that other mess. But that's about it that I can think of off the top of my head. There's not really been much to watch. You know, I've been watching a lot of wrestling stuff. WWE UnReal, which is a supposed behind the scenes documentary on WWE that's on Netflix. I've been watching that. And I still believe that half of this stuff they make up on there is, I think when they're with the wrestlers and their private life, that's real. But when they're talking in the writer's room, you know, for what's going to happen, you know, their ideas they're crossing, I think some of that might be staged. I think they use the F word way too much. But I understand that that's just a me problem, evidently. I don't think that it's necessary, but then again, I didn't grow up in it. And I know most of those people are from different areas that I'm not from. So whereas it's more common up there, I have to look over it. I guess. I just don't. As I said before, I don't mind you saying it if it's all in tone. But when it's every other word, and I mean Triple H, Paul Levesque, you know, who is the chief content officer, I think it's every other word. I think it's every word. And I'm like, I guess he said this in front of his daughters, and they're, you know, but I mean, when you get down south, and maybe in other parts, you know, that's just, it's kind of frowned upon. I'll just be real with you. You know, as I've always said, every time you use it, and especially in a conversation, you lose me. And I know other people feel that way too. But then again, you know, we got to get used to it. So does that mean I'm a P-R-I-C-K? And the only reason I'm spelling is because supposedly that's a trigger word with YouTube. Sorry, my nose is starting to run. And what else? I miss Z-Car. I don't know. I know that he took I think he took all of his videos down. His channel's still there. But I miss him. But I understand that if he wants to stop or pivot. And I mean, he had already pivoted. But you know, and I know it is disappointing, just like yesterday's video. When I looked this morning, 83 views. It's disappointing. I mean, I'm going to admit it. But you just got to keep on trucking. Keep on going. Whatever happens, happens. And let Tim make fun of us. You know, he was talking about the other day, and I know Jay did a parody on it. If you've not watched it, go watch Crushing It for Florida's parody on him, you know, talking like, oh, I'm 30 million views, blah, 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 blah. You know, he has no respect for anyone but himself. Does he not realize he was a small channel once? And he still is a small channel. I don't care what he says. He still is a small channel. You know, to me, and I know this is, maybe I'm being too far out there, but to me, if you don't have at least in the hundreds of thousands of subscribers and getting tens of thousands of views, then you're a small channel. You're a small channel. And he tries to do all these statistics on, he's in this 1%. There's so many YouTube channels. I'm in the 1%. So or 3%, or whatever he wants to claim. I mean, it's nothing that great. That's why I say, and I said this the other day when that video that I didn't put up, if I ever get to bragging like that, I hope, and well, let's just put it this way, and that's a big if I were to ever get tens of thousands of views. And I start bragging about it. Somebody bring me back down. Somebody bring me back down. Because I don't like to brag. I don't like to gloat. And that's why I get so mad about Tim, is that he, and this is probably what really took me over the edge. Now, yes, he's done some terrible things and needs to be held accountable. But his gloating is what made me start saying, you think you're better than everybody else. And I can't stand to watch anybody like that. When I pick up on that thing, that instance that you think you're better than everybody else, then I'm out. I'm out. I may miss you, miss watching you, but I just lose respect for you. I just really do. And when you're judging people like he does, and all he does is talk about the green stuff. I mean, his whole life is based on the green stuff. I'd hate for my life to be like that. Yes, it's nice, but I don't think about it every second of the day like he does. All right, I started get on a Tim rant. On a Tim rant. Oh well, going to work, y'all. Y'all have a great day and have a great weekend. If I'm not back, I'll try to do some shorts, but if I don't, it's because you know that I'm very busy. So talk to y'all later. Love you. Bye. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you.